Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Will. Thank you so much. This is Plumage. Yeah, Plumage. What the hell is a Plumage? Ale fermented in oak, conditioned on plums, and Vic's Secret. Brewed in... Oh, shoot. It's a... I think I'm my wine key. I forgot this is cork and cap. There we go. Yeah. Excuse the noise. Zoop. Okay, I knew that was an issue. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. But you could tell. Look at that freaking carb on this guy. It did not want to stay in the bottle. So obviously, yeah, again, plums, oak aged, a Vic's Secret hopped, mixed culture, bottled about 2.5 years ago, actually. And then that's a great question. They say they give it time to re-ferment in the bottle, but does that necessarily mean that it goes on 2 years? So I'm actually quite curious when they released this. But 2.5 years old, yeah. Oak aged plum dry hop saison. Very curious. Or what do they call it? Ale. It's called ale, but you know, whatever. Saison, mixed fermentation, American beer, whatever. Beer has a little bit of this kind of like what is it, like peachy, lightly purplish hue from the plums. Yeah, whatever that color addition is. So obviously there's a little bit of color added. Large rocky, large bubbled head. Very, very large bubbles. So. Oh yeah. Oh. That smells amazing. Big tart plum flavor, but then all that beautiful and it plays so well with their mixed culture. So the mixed culture is giving a little bit of like spritzy lime lemon zest acidity. There's that kind of funky Brett tone, and it all plays well with that nice kind of like fleshy, sweet, tart kind of plum, fruity action. A little bit of dirty funk in there. It's light struck as well. Green bottle. Yeah, man, it smells fantastic. Cheers. It's so weird. Look at the ABV on this stuff. So you have to go on the website to find out. Oh, wow. Oh. Woo. Woo. Very funky beer. Congrats, it's been given a lot of time to age, to allow the Brett to attack the beer. So first off, very prickly carbonation. Highly carbed. I guess you sort of saw like it wants to scream out of the bottle. So very prickly. Bone dry. Wow, it's so champagne-y. It's very prickly. Though it's large bubbles, which is weird. It's not like tiny, tight bubbles like champagne. On the palate, it's got this kind of blue cheesy funk to it. It's quite funky. Prickly carbonation. A little bit of that kind of sweet plum action comes in, offers a little bit of light fleshy fruit character, a little bit of sweetness, but it's just onto just Brett funk, like wet river stone kind of thing to do. A little bit of funkiness, blue cheese thing, hay, a little light crackery malt there. Acidity. It's a nicely acidic beer. Decently bright and acidic up front. Has a little bit of light kind of a tart pear, tart apple thing going on, which plays well with that kind of plum fruitiness. It's actually very ambiguous in its fruit in its fruit character, which is quite nice. Sometimes it's nice to get like beers that have like just so much expression in the fruit, but sometimes it's really nice to get one that's a little bit more ambiguous, where it's like you could probably tell there's a fruit in there, but you're not quite sure what exactly it is, and it really melds well into the acidity, the mixed culture part of the beer, right? The acidity, the funk, the dryness, right? Like, so it's nice to like get both sides, where it's like a little bit fruity. The whole range, right? You know, diversity is the fun part about beer, and it's a full range where it can be a little bit fruity, an accenting kind of addition versus something that's really up forefront and in your face. But yeah, bone dry, funky, prickly carbonation, just absolutely tasty as hell. It's so weird how their IPA program is just like so hit or miss. I mean, I think I only had one amazing one out of the bunch that Will sent, I think. Anyway, and then a bunch, at least most of them were not good. And then the mixed fermentation stuff is just wildly amazing. Like just exactly the stuff that I wish was more popular. Man, could you imagine if like a large chunk of Hazy IPA was just this kind of stuff instead, and brewers are doing this kind of stuff instead? Oh, we'd just be living in a much better world of drinking. But unfortunately, you know. Yeah, see, this is the kind of beer that's absolutely delicious. It's a really nice, dry, highly carb, like easy drinker. But then if you want to think about it a little bit more, there's loads of funk, loads of interesting details about acidity and fruit character, blah, 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 blah. So it's one of those really wonderful beers. The great beers are both easy to drink and also complex and intellectually stimulating. So that's really good. 98 plus, just absolutely fantastic. Plumage, Tired Hands, thank you so much, Will. They kill it on this mixed fermentation stuff. So if you ever go to the brewery, maybe get some samples of Hazy IPA, but buy all the bottles. The bottles are all fantastic. They're absolutely amazing. World-class stuff. Cheers later.